Kini lambar kinong mi khmat jong Skul bagi college berper bahap hak deficit kran in hak jela kila Kyntait yak migraya non-government schools and colleges employees centralized fund scheme aja funreu kebalawan ra dak soka dangsien haba kran siklat phai ko bom tak sni ka Dr. BH Boam ka assistant professor bala Kyntait babu boswell pala upsden ga KGDSTA kila ong bagala kila yathili ka draft pension scheme aja fulai bat kani ka kam kala don ru ha ka ying ka shiri andai ka balango kalong babot la kani ka kam dang don ha ka shiri ka soka jila ka penmi penban ya ka jing penbena ya pension scheme a jala punriu ka bathamai bat dangsian ka soka ka batha ya ka Nonghikai bat ki batrei nadu ki ba Kyntait ru ban pli ya ka pran akau hapo kani pension scheme thamai bat kani kan kta ya ka pension scheme ya ka hok chongki kila ong ba kitu ki barung kam shua ya yong aja shpo kiyo pension kat kum kementerian non-government schools and colleges employees centralized provident fund act khat khnai spa da khandai kat ba kitu ki barung kam hadin kin yo ya national pension system kumba perbena hau jembang aja pulai ndai kani pension scheme aja punreu kam simladon ka jing penia pher kat kum ka ai halo kani ka kermen bat ngej Skhim ba ka kashari kan ai ka jing bisyar hok bat kira kentu ya ka soka bukan le kat kum kan don ai na ka benda ka jing bit jing biang gino hikai ki Nongtrei ki bidang don hak kam bat ki bla Kyntait hak Skul bagi college ki ba hak ki deficit kran in ki bla IT ya ka jing shakri hak puri puthi
staff of various deficit grant and aid institutions of the state of Meghalaya. We are the stakeholders in the various steps that the government takes with regard to education and the staff involved in deficit schools and colleges. You are aware that on the 1st of April 2026 this year, some 3 weeks back, the Honorable Chief Minister announced that the Meghalaya Non-Government Schools and Colleges Employees Centralized Fund Scheme 2026 was approved by the Cabinet. As per this scheme of 2026, the Chief Minister said that the employees of non-government schools and colleges will be able to avail the benefits of the Provident Fund in a structured and secure manner. Implied in the Provident Fund, as per the Meghalaya Non-Government School and Colleges Employees Centralized Provident Fund Scheme Act of 1969, we understand that the deficit staff, both teaching and non-teaching, are to get a pension scheme. We welcome a pension scheme that is extended to us as per the Act and the law, and in recognition of our contribution to society, especially in shaping young minds, the students. We appreciate also the government's recognition of our service and its commitment towards the education sector, especially us, the educators. However, as the main stakeholders, the teaching and non-teaching staff in deficit grant and aid institutions all across Meghalaya, schools and colleges, we are deeply concerned with this announcement of the Chief Minister on the 1st of April. The pension scheme that was announced on that day, the pension scheme of 2026, and was notified by the Education Department of the Government of Meghalaya, was put up in the internet and views were stored on it sometime in January, February of this year. We, the members of the various associations and stakeholders, after discussing threadbare the set pension scheme of 2026 that was circulated on this public platform, we had unanimously rejected the same scheme of 2026, and we have also sent our objections and rejections to the Education Department. Further, despite our unanimous rejections submitted to the government through our different associations as stakeholders, the government has sadly gone ahead with the process of implementation of the rejected scheme, the scheme of 2026. As per the government's intent of forcefully implementing the pension scheme of 2026, contrary to the matter being sub judice in court, the Education Department, through a letter, has issued a notification recently instructing and directing stakeholders, the members of the teaching and non-teaching staff in schools and colleges, both retired and currently serving, to open our individual PRAN accounts, PRAN, Permanent Retired Account Number. Here, may I inform the members, through you, our friends in the press, and we would like to place on record that an earlier draft pension scheme of 2023 had been circulated, and it was thoroughly discussed, and it was mutually agreed upon and approved also by the government and the stakeholders as per the record of the court. There are many orders of the court that pertain to this. This pension scheme of 2023 is not the same as the recently announced notified scheme of 2026. It is completely different. Secondly, may I state that we, the stakeholders, those appointed before April 2010, have in all good faith and intention signed our consent, and accordingly we have transferred our provident funds as per the government's instruction to the Central Provident Fund account in SBI Lighton branch. We expected during that transfer a just retirement benefit, which is mandated by the Act, again the Act of 1969.
So why is this attitude towards the teachers? Number 3 is that, as I said, that it is a very precarious condition. Can we see tomorrow? And as one of the members say, that we don't eat much now, but the medical expenses are more. The medical expenses are more. Medical costs, medical expenses are very high. Will they, if they have to go through, I'm talking about the esteemed leaders in the government, will they not seek for reimbursement immediately once the expenditure has been incurred? And how much of a saving can we do? We have saved, yes, we are wise enough, but for how long? So I say that this is a deliberate intention on the part of the government to circumvent the law, to circumvent the mandate of the NPF Act of 1969. You will feel it more. You just try to walk out in our shoes and we understand. I keep getting calls, ma'am, when are we getting our money? It is not about paperwork alone. It is about survival. And as one of the author of the letter said, for how long? Do we need a tragedy like a coal mine to happen? And then you will institute a judicial inquiry? Well, I appeal to the Chief Minister with your intelligence, with your concern, saying that the government is people-centric. Make it people-centric. Don't just lip sync and say that every policy's intervention interventions of the government are people-centric. It is not. I am taking as the matter of the retired teachers per se. Now, talking about this applicability of the annuity model, this model, it is being discarded by the retired teachers. Now, as I mentioned, it is meant for whom? For the new entrants. So where do we go about? You say 50% you're giving, 50% you keep. What will you do with the money? This is again illegal. With the challenges are there, I'm telling you, I can cite many things. People have, the dependents are there. It is not applicable to us, the retired teachers. Now, forced migration to an annuity-based system at this charity, please hear, Mr. Chief Minister. We are not seeking charity. We are seeking the implementation of the 2023 scheme, the scheme that you have placed before us, the scheme that you have submitted, and we discussed threadbare about it. And as members had said, it is in the know of the Honorable Court. So as law-abiding citizens, we continue to trust in the judiciary's fairness to rectify this blatant injustice. Where do we stand as retired teachers? Now, the 2026 scheme is for people starting the career. You cannot impose an annuity model on someone who has retired. Well, despite the current challenges, we remain steadfast in our belief in the judiciary role as a final guardian of justice. We place our full confidence in the wisdom of the court to uphold the law and to protect the dignity of those who have served the state. This is also a comment made by our Honorable Chief Minister. And there is no denying of the fact that we have not served. We contribute to the development of the society and the state. As lifelong educators and law-abiding citizens, our faith in the judicial process remains unshaken. We consciously believe that the court will see the truth of our grievance and ensure that fairness and legal fidelity prevail over administrative outreach. This is a point